right, let's get to one that is probably one of the most bizarre ones for me personally. Amendment 6. Amendment 6 is a constitutional revision. It involves allowing crime victims and their family to have input in sort of the prosecution of the offender. And this one just seemed really strange to me. Alex Snitker, what's the deal with this one, how it works with plea deals and things like that? What are your thoughts on this one?
Okay, well, this is Marcy's Law, and so there is an organization, there's a group of people that are going around from state to state to try to get this stuff included in either in statute or with or through the Constitution of each one of the states, and this is for victims' rights. Now, this is also the CRC, so the CRC was not bound by single issue, by single subject. So there's actually like three things in here. This is the top one, and this is the one that's supposed to get you in the fields. And so when we talk about some of the rest of these, the top one is the one that they're really trying to say, well, you can't vote against victims, can you? And then there's two other things about increasing, judges. There's actually one thing in here that's actually kind of good. But one of them is increasing the age of the judge to 75. And then the other one is something called the Chevron defense. And this is where the judges are supposed to not take the bureaucracy at face value, and that they're supposed to judge on the merits of the case, and not just let the bureaucracy, whatever bureaucratic agency that's in charge of whatever rule that the judge is dealing with between him and a company, that they don't get first dibs on this, that the judge actually is the one that can take a look at it and then make a judgment himself and doesn't have to take into account what the bureaucracy is saying. So it actually does three things. Now, for Marcy's Law stuff, most of the stuff's already in statute. Like, this stuff is already in law now. It's just not in the Constitution. So it's easier to change. And I think that because the stuff that's being added onto it, we don't even know the unintended consequences of some of these things, because it sounds good in theory, but it's already being done in statute. It doesn't. You don't need this in order for victims to have rights. They already have rights in Florida. I'm a no on this one, but I'm a no on most of the CRC ones at this point, though, just because I really didn't like the bundling in and of itself. And even though the Chevron defense part I actually like, and I do hope that they do that in statute next year, legislatively, it doesn't need to be done in the Constitution in order to do that.
And on the judge part, right, it's about increasing the age for the judge?
Yeah, from 70 to 75.
Yeah, I'm not down with that either. I'm like, I got enough senior citizens running our government. I don't think we need to have them around for 5 more years. So that's another part for me that was a no. I'm with you on the last part. I'm with a hard no on the judges. And on the first part, I'm more like, I don't see the need for this. But yeah, so overall I say no. If it gets through, it's really not the end of the world for me. I'm kind of like, all right, whatever. But I think it's just bureaucratic red tape nonsense to modify the Constitution. So, all right.